what's it like with trying to compete against programs, should we get to that point, that have had that extra month of practice and time together and conditioning? How does that affect the, you know, the fall season as well?
I believe maybe the conditioning part, but to be honest with you, like coaches, we all do things different. Like some coaches, they don't mess with football in June. They just lift in June. And, you know, some, you know, they start in June with football and they break it off in July. So I don't know how much an advantage. It can be an advantage as far as maybe knowledge of what they know. But like I figured out, like doing these Zoom meetings and board talk with Zoom meetings, my guys are a lot more focused because that's all we have right now. When we were doing that, that's all we had was just focus on the board. And, you know, I had their total focus, you know, because they're learning something new on offense and defense. So, but I don't know how much of an advantage it is with the way summer is. It's not mandatory for a lot of people, but, you know, but I don't know. Pads, you know, some people like pads are, you know, because the factory shut down. So some people don't have their gear, like we don't have helmets yet because it's shut down. And then when they reopen, then you know, it's going to take some time to get your stuff. So it's going to be a lot of little small disadvantages here and there. But unless you shut down the whole summer until maybe August 15th, which, you know, we hope that's not the case. But I don't know how much of an advantage it is.
Yeah, I think on some levels it comes back to routines, and when you have your coaching staffs that have been together for a number of years, they get in the routines of, as you said, Ken, you know, you're lifting this period of time, you're starting to do some walkthrough stuff, some contact days and everything else. And I think when you lose those routines, people get afraid because you feel behind. I don't know if you necessarily are behind, but you definitely feel like you are. Right. Then you also start thinking they're ahead. You know, them, you know, and so there's that fear. So I think it's really what worries people is the loss of the routine, and and not knowing when that is going to get back to normal. And I don't think there's going to normal, as we've noted last year, is gone. You know, we don't even have to discuss that anymore. There's going to be a new normal, and this is the start of that. And unfortunately, on some levels, we're all kind of the crash test dummies, you know, now that have to go through it before it becomes our new routine.
We had, I know there was some superintendents in the St. Louis area that reached out to Misha and just inquired about that our side of the state was probably in a much more difficult than the rest of the state, and just asked for some left, so to speak. But, you know, I tell people, I said, you know, if I'm in Warsaw, Missouri, and we have 0 cases and my local people tell me I can practice, I don't think I should stop just because St. Louis has more cases. I don't blame them for wanting to do what they do. But as far as, you know, I think Ken really phrased it well. You know, when I was coaching, I coached a winter sport. But I remember in the fall when we're conditioning and I got kids not showing up for whatever reason, and I'm getting angry and all this. For some reason, when district hit, I didn't remember what was going on. You know, and I found when I had better players, we probably played deeper into the better. So just try to remember that, and you know, and just stay in the moment like all these guys are saying.